Get this show on a roll. Let's get this show on a roll, my friends. What's happening? How y'all doing on this lovely day? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast. I am your guy, your friend, Arrington Gavin. Look, I'm really feeling this shirt, y'all. Come on, can I shout out this shirt? Look, okay. I had to shout out that shirt, y'all. I'm feeling so great today because I get to have a great conversation with one of my good friends, Mr. K'bana Blaq. Man, K'bana Blaq is a community advocate doing so much great thing, entertainer, author. He has a new position. He's just been appointed the commissioner of fine arts for the City of Newport News. He's doing some amazing stuff, so I'm just so excited to have him on. I'm also just excited to, again, to talk with you all, my friends, the listeners, the viewers out there. I truly appreciate y'all continue to support the podcast. It's my new baby. As you know, I host a weekly radio show on WNSB Hot 91.1 FM, the Soul of VA, called In Your City, along with more friends of mine, comedian Rock Fox, as well as Hustle Queen herself, Miss Michelle Young. And I always got to shout out my producer, Cam Godley. Had a long night last night. That's why the voice sound a little me. Okay, maybe that's a little better. No, okay. But I am just again, we're in the process right now, guys, of it's election season. So as you know, I've been having a lot of my friends and people I come in contact with that has different positions, not really just in politics, but also in the community. And we've had local candidates, we've had even current officials, we've had campaign consultants, we've had campaign managers, we've had so many people from different backgrounds on both sides, because you know how I always say it's very important to not just what you see on TV. You always hear about on the federal level, the presidency, this and any other, but you have to pay attention and be informed what's going on in your backyard, what's happening in your neighborhoods, what's happening in your communities. Especially as a business owner, you definitely want to know what's going on in your area. But you just want to stay informed. That's the big thing. You want to stay informed. Before I go further into the show, of course, the Arrington Gavin podcast presented by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. And again, we also drop new episodes of the Arrington Gavin podcast Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast or wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, be sure to go into our Smooth Club, right? And then you'll see all recent episodes, new episodes of the Arrington Gavin podcast. Also, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Our Smooth Club Media. You can also check us out on Facebook at Our Smooth Club Podcast and on X, formerly known as Twitter. Yes, it's now a single letter now, X, formerly known as Twitter. So you can watch us on that. So without further ado, I'm excited because I have a good friend on the show, and he's been on my the podcast. We've had such a great conversation. And we've also, I think I want to say I've had K'bana on. Oh man, I think I had him on one of my radio show, an old radio station I was at before. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to ask him, but I'm so excited. Without further ado, I have Mr. K'bana Blaq, entertainer, community activist, advocate, excuse me, and newly appointed commissioner of fine arts for the City of Newport News. Let me go ahead and bring him on. Let me bring that man on right here. K'bana, how you doing? Are you there? K'bana, can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing?
Look, y'all, K'bana and I, we were working together. We were trying to get this, little technical difficulties before the show, but we made it happen. K'bana, how you doing, my friend? Are you fully rested? Are you
tired? But praise God. It comes from blessings and hard work. But I'm tired. But we in here to have this good old conversation. I'm honored to be a part of your show and a part of your platform. Yes.
Well, again, I'm excited to have you on, and I thank you because I know you are a very, very, very busy individual. So for you to make the time out of your busy schedule to talk with me on this podcast, I truly, it means a lot. So, like I mentioned, during the show, you have your plate full, bro, full. Like it's like, how do you even manage to everything is falling off? It's so full, but it's successful too. I'm gonna say that it's continuing to climb. It's so funny because I remember when I first started Rugged Evolution Beard Care, my first business, in the beginning stages, I met two people Dapper Luke, who I still remain friends to this day, and also K'bana Blaq. I'll never forget it because it was in Hampton. It was my first ever event and show. I always remember just the, what was your, your first opportunity to, to promote your business. And that was my first opportunity. And I just remember, this kind individual really, helped uplift me. He was very involved with, everybody in the whole room, even though it wasn't a lot of people that came in, but you still made the energy feel like it was a, major event. And that's always just been your spirit, man. You've always been just a person that, I got to rub shoulders with this guy because he's always just, is in a great mood and doing great things and being very involved with the community. Uh, I want to first congratulate you, K'bana, on your new role as Commissioner of Fine Arts for the City of Newport News, man. So let's talk about that before we get going on your, further
Okay.
back. How did that position come about for you?
Well, it was a blessing.
Mm,
It definitely was word of mouth going into people's ears. And, I always tell people favor ain't fair, but it's on time. Come
mm,
on here. And it was just my time. It was a blessing. I know that I have worked years in the community tirelessly in the art community as a creative. And so when it was presented to me and submitted, um, I just felt so honored to be a
mm,
part of something. But I also, I'm learning a new thing as far as the word humble. I don't
mm,
use the word humble in the gifts that God has given me. I am confident in the gifts that God has given me. And I feel like I was designed for the position at
mm,
this particular time because of the things I've been through and how I love the art community in Virginia. And I feel like there needed to be some changes. And when that happens, you have to step in. And that's important for me to share on your platform today because as you grow and as you learn, you should share. And I think a lot of times, especially in the Black community,
mm,
we are taught to be humble, but I think that's because of slavery. I think that they kind of engage each other because of the past. And
mhm,
even people are taught to do that because of the past. And I think that as we're rewriting certain things and keeping certain things, one of the things that we need to keep is understanding when you are made for something and created for something, embrace it because that's your destiny. And so when they presented the job to me, I was like, I get
mm,
to be a part of decision making and picking things that I know will work because I'm a worker first.
mm.
You can't lead unless you know how to follow. So, you know.
I know that's right. I know that's right, K'bana. And when I read on your when I saw you mentioned it on your social media about the new position, I couldn't be more happy because I'm like, honestly, K'bana has been you performed as a singer in a very popular group in the area. You've also I mean you act, you do so much, you also an advocate in the LGBTQIA plus. I'm making sure I know the acronym when I was talking with one of my friends about it. And
The
you
alphabet community, just say alphabet.
the alphabet community the
There you
alphabet
go.
community, you really hit fine arts in every single avenue, and you've done it for so long. So when
Mhm.
I heard about that position, I'm like, well, they got the right person. I'm just saying you do so much and you've been in every, they can't say you have never been involved in any, and not just in the city of Newport News. I'm talking about in Hampton Roads, in the seven cities. If I'm if and correct me if I'm wrong, I know you've been involved with the city of Norfolk before, Virginia
Yeah.
Beach,
Portsmouth,
Chesapeake, Portsmouth.
Chesapeake,
I'm just
Suffolk.
everything. So I want to come back to the drive. How when does like where does that drive come from, Kaban? Because there is so many hats and so many positions that you do. Where does that drive come from?
Well, the drive comes from my mother. May
Mm,
she rest in power. But I got to see a woman push.
mm,
I got to see her push through cancer. I got to see her push with no job. As far as like when things were rough in the household, because every household has ups and downs. I got a chance to see her push to her job. I had the
mm,
chance to be pushed when I was young at 13 to get a newspaper paper route, and we would walk with a grocery cart. Like discipline has always been there since the beginning, even with my father, even with my sister, and then God. My
Mm,
situation is very interesting, but that's why I feel like I'm very chosen because there's a divine balance inside of me,
mm,
where
mm,
I think people will look for, because people can find whatever they want. Some people want to be mad at you, they're going to be mad at you. If they want to be
mhm,
happy for you, they'll be happy for you. But I think when they see me, they see the true integrity of an artist. And I'm glad that you said something, because every time someone says it, I'll be like, why is that bothering me? And I don't know why. He said, so much.
mhm,
But that's the definition that happens to individuals that are going beyond what people think that they can do. Woo!
mm.
That felt good
Wait a
to
minute.
me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You better receive it. It felt good to me because at the end of the day, it's not so much. I'm an artist.
Mhm,
Because I'm an artist, I'm doing what an artist does. If there was a fire that happened every other second, then a firefighter would be going every other second. Would it be so much? No, it's just a part of the job. And I
mm,
think the part of the job of being a full time artist is that I actually took advantage of being a full time artist because I can sing and act and write and dance and all these kind of things. Yeah, you should have a focus. And I had a focus at first singing, but God, once He really started to answer my prayer to find the real me and to find freedom in being me, He
mhm,
was like, I did not design you for walls.
mm, mm, mm. And you know, it's
I
funny
just,
because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, K'bana.
no, 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 go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have the same. It's the same for me because my dad when I always check up on him, I call him in Maryland. Just check him on, tell him how everything's going, work is going this and that. He's like, man, you have your plate full, son. Do you ever sit down? I'm like, Dad, I can't sit down. I can't. I'm like, that's not me. And even my mother will agree. She would be like, Arrington's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship means multiple things, right? And everything I do
Mhm.
is all about branding, building up a brand. I love having so many things to do. I love doing what I'm doing. And that's why, hey, boom, business here, radio, podcasting, interviewing with people.
Right,
That's all a part of branding. And like, just like you, it's no walls over here. It's no, you keep on stretching out because the more you bring in, that just shows how versatile you are. And I've always been like, I would rather continue to do that than just be stuck doing one thing that is like, and not be happy about it too. In that case, so I'm glad when you mentioned that because I'm like, I've my family has told me, really just my dad say, be still, son, be still. And see, he's retired. So I'm like, Dad, it's different. You retired. You retired. It's different. I'm trying to continue to,
yes.
I'm on my hustle
We
game.
got to find rest, though.
Yeah.
We do
Oh,
have to find
absolutely.
the rest
Absolutely.
portion. We have to find the peace portion. Even after this, I'm gonna go for my daily walks. I think
Mm,
walking is important. It really does something for the body from top to bottom circulation. You do have to take a moment to be quiet.
mm,
You do have to take a moment to listen to your body, and that's for everybody. Everybody's purpose, and that's the thing. I think everyone has to get to the point that you mind your own business.
see that?
You got
You
to.
got
And when
to.
you mind your own business, you find out what is your business to handle. And then when you're included in somebody's business, you won't overstep. I
Mm,
love the verse in the Bible that says, everything that's lawful is not expedient to say.
mm,
A
mm,
lot of
mm,
times we're just talking to be talking. I've learned like sometimes just shut up. Like just be quiet and allow yourself. So people, if they really pay attention to me, my life is on Instagram from an artist's point of view,
mm,
not a
mm,
person's point of view. Those are two different things. My job on Instagram is to share a journey, not
mm.
to share my life.
I like
That's a
that. I like that.
memoir.
That about to say, you better write that down. You better write that down. That is
No, I'm
good.
good.
That's
I'm
so
good.
good.
Like what's in me is in me. And that's the thing. And that's why I go back to being careful with the word humble.
Mhm.
You're humbled when you're presented with things that gosh, you shouldn't deserve it. It's been crazy. I appreciate y'all the love. When I do shows and people pay for tickets, I am humbled and I'm grateful and full of gratitude. But when it comes to what you are designed to do,
Mm,
what you are born to do, what you are created to do, you can't be humble because it's not from you. And in this particular circle, I'm a believer. It's from God, and for me, it's a gift. And so my job is to take care of the gift and the gifts that are inside of me. That's it. And I can parade them very successfully because I'm always reminded these are gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and gifts can be taken away.
That is absolutely you absolutely true. And it's whoo, that is look, you about to take us to church, K'bana. Hold on now.
Well, as I'm getting older, I feel like the man of God that is inside of me, that resides, is coming to the forefront because I'm finally getting in position in as the artist that I'm supposed to be. It's
mm,
all a setup.
mm,
It's
mm,
always a setup. Even if you don't believe in God, to take it off of that, your life is really a setup. And when you commit to allowing yourself to see what's, for you,
mm-hmm.
you'll fall into place.
I
Mhm.
love it's so true. It's so true. Well, K'bana, what's your new position with the City of Newport News? What are some of your tasks? What are now some of the roles added to your plate? What does that position, tail for, as commissioner of finance, you will be tasked to do what is that what's that state, not state, but what does that job look like?
Well, first of all, the first thing is November 3rd. November 3rd. November 3rd. November 3rd is my first task. It's 15 Voices at Downing Groves Cultural Arts Center, and
Mm-hmm.
it's celebrating the history of Downing Groves, but it's also showcasing the artistry of famous people that come through the doors
Mm-hmm.
and that were like new talent and went on to Hamilton and beyond. So that's the thing that people don't realize is that Downing Groves is rich in entertainment and culture of
Mm,
the arts.
mm,
And
mm,
so I am excited because I decided to bring old and new together, new faces with seasoned faces, in order to show once again this rich culture that is happening in our seven cities, and specifically for that one in Newport News. So I'm excited about it. My job as commissioner is to do exactly what I've been doing, building bridges instead of ditches with the people through arts.
mm,
And that's like,
mm.
arts is healing. It
It
really
really is.
is. You think about school when art was a class and PE and all these different things and music and all that stuff, and you see how it's slowly being taken out, and it's like they're keeping it strictly. You go to school to learn, but kids, people need healthy, creative breaks.
Absolutely.
Creative
Absolutely.
breaks. Creativity is what heals and restores and resets. That's why people listen to music when they work out, because working out is not easy. But when you
No,
put music to it, it makes a soundtrack. It motivates you to do something that's hard. So
mm-hmm.
that's what art for me is, and that is the job of me as a commissioner, to take the cover off boldly with bravery and say, hey, have you ever seen this? Have you ever thought about this? And with 15 voices at the end of it, hopefully one of the voices out of the 15 will be a voice that a person may be encouraged to
Mm,
do or
mm.
to pursue.
I love that,
So
man. I love that.
introducing the artist. Yeah.
I love and you're absolutely right about music because if music was absolutely wiped off the planet, it would be a very dark place.
Woo!
Because let's be honest, and it's funny because I am a person where I listen to a lot of like talk radio and shows when I'm in my car, but I always have my time where it's like I'm about to just start blasting some music. I just got whether if it's my gospel because I need that ministry. I follow ministry through gospel music because hey, some of the lyrics will be verses in the Bible, but it has has a beat to it. Also think of when we were in the pandemic. I mean, D Nice helped everybody party in their house when people were locked in their house during the pandemic. So it's like without music, you're absolutely right. Music heals. Music heals. So for schools to start taking, closing that down, taking it out, it's ridiculous. And I feel as though for them to say, hey, look, we're trying to take care of mental health. Well, you're not really if you're trying to take away one of the most components that help heals people, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But in addition with that position, you're now a little closer to seeing what's happening, on a local on a local level, right? But you're actually closer on a state
on,
level
on a
too.
bigger level
On
too,
on a large,
because
yep,
the
yep.
commission, yeah, you get to see the financial end of it. You get to
Mm,
see the
mm,
people that are in the positions on that end. You get to engage with different cultures, especially being an African American. So for me, these moves that I make are deliberate, and then I take moments to sit back and say, how do I get not only artists,
mm-hmm.
but the full picture, a part of the bigger picture. So, this has been such a blessing because I get to be invited to the table.
And that's awesome. And I mentioned earlier in the show that it's election season right now. In the Hampton Roads area, on a local level, state level, some other states and cities, and then of course they're gonna always promote on the federal level right now, but people are more focused right on their local level.
Mm.
What are you hoping that some of our soon to be elected officials or re-elected officials, what are you hoping to see them do in order to help build our local communities? Because you're front and center and you have the opportunity to say, look, it's okay if I can have a word with you, and I can just say something on my heart.
Mhm.
Like, what are you hoping to see our local officials do in our communities, or if you see any issues in general right now going on in our local communities?
Hmm. Let me set it up.
Hmm.
Woo! Okay. Two words.
Hmm.
Be yourself.
Mm.
Like, at the end of the day, I'm ready for politicians, period, to be themselves. I need to speak to you who you are instead of your reasoning to get into office.
Hmm.
We're in a very, even more dangerous time with social media.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and we're in a very dangerous time for politicians to be pressured to be something that they're not in order to win.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
need to deal with your truth first. See, I'm not like anybody else in the sense, and that's why I tell people be yourself, because in that there could be the answer. I could go to people all day long and say, I need you to talk about healthcare, and I need you. I know what we need to talk about, but
mhm,
what are you? Who are you? And a lot of these politicians, they talk so much of the rhetoric that if I go to a different politician, I can hear the same speech. So I'm waiting to hear the person that is actually speaking from their heart, telling their
mhm.
truth, telling what they want to do. Because I think it's unfair to think any one human being, just like going for the president, is going to solve every problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would prefer a politician that has a focus and a goal throughout its term. Like a
Mhm,
lot of times we get bombarded with, say for instance, governor, president, whatever, and they have like 2 years, 4 years, what their span,
mhm,
but they're
mhm.
so pushed to be reelected that they're not focusing on what they got elected for.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Everyone can rise to fall to rise again. It is okay to be something and not be it again. But if you are what you are, be that. So I'm looking for the politicians to be able to speak upon their focus and their
Mhm,
goal,
mhm,
how they're going to commit to their goal, and what is their time span of getting it done, and what is blocking them
mm.
from getting it done, and how we can help them as a community get it done by presenting the plan.
Woo!
That is what I want.
Okay, K'bana, okay, I love that, I love that response, and yeah, and again, agreed 100% because for me, when I see politicians, well, and I'll just, after speaking with a few individuals of, what's your thoughts on the local election? What's your thoughts on politics, things in that nature? A lot of them feel promises never being made. On top of that, too, a lot of politicians will talk so much on policy and not about issues. They have to realize that not every resident understands. So when you're talking about because it's a sales pitch, just like a salesman. A salesman is always going to talk a good game until, like you said, is in that position. Then they're going to forget exactly what they were elected in for. So I love it when you said be your true self, be authentic, be upfront with people, because not everybody has the knowledge to say, wait, what does that mean? What exactly do you mean with this and that, this and that and that? No. I feel as though if the more authentic they are to their people, people will start building up that trust and then coming to more of, because we have a low voter turnout right now in multiple cities, not just in one. In every city, there's low voter turnout, and it's because like residents are like, I mean, they're gonna do the same old, same old. Can we just reelect whoever's in there? I mean, they don't even know who their own local city council and committees are in their own cities. I mean, I can go ask a lot of my friends in Chesapeake because I'm a Chesapeake resident. Hey, who's on your council? Who's on your school board? Who's on this committee? I don't know. What's your local city's website? We got a website? What? Like it is crazy. But I do think we're in some, it's some tough times right now, and I hope that we will see some big changes, man. And I
But
hope to
that's
see.
because I feel like I'm so sorry.
Mm,
I feel like the problem is that everything takes work.
mm.
Everything takes work, and I'm gonna use this example, but it is what it is. Um, just like if you look at, I always tell people, especially because for me, I know that there are a lot of people that have conflict with church, and
Mhm,
it's kind of interesting. Me as a gay man would be speaking on it, but my faith is my faith, and it's personal instead of global.
mhm,
Number one.
mhm,
But I always look at it as a story first. I've always said, read it as a story, and then take from it what you will.
mhm,
And one of the things I thought was interesting about Jesus is that Jesus got the attention because he walked with the people and not above the people.
mm,
And the people that were above the people crucified him for walking with the people. And I think that politicians, the problem that you're running into, and it's not even that the fact that they don't know, is because you do not bring yourself to their level. You
mm,
cannot be a
mm.
leader and not know levels. You can't just know caviar, wine, and yachts. You got to know the drugstore, the ABC, the liquor, the ghetto. You
Yep.
got to know problems. You got to know abuse. You got to be there. A
Mm,
lot of
mm,
the well seasoned leaders are there on repeat because they were people that were with the people. You got to find a way to get back with the people. And the only way to do that is once again getting back to what I said before. What is your focus?
mm,
If your focus is children, then you should be at every daycare, recreation center, and every area showing your platform that this is what you want to do. If it's health, you should be at every hospital, homeless. It's important for people to see you working and not just talking.
mhm, mhm,
I feel like with
mhm,
my brand, the only reason because some people love it, some people hate it, and that's their right. But the one thing that you can't deny is that you see it, is that I'm working and that I'm out in these streets giving what needs to be given. So
mhm.
that's something that people can. But you know how people feel about Beyonce is either they love her or they hate her, whatever they can. But you can't deny that the girl is working. You can't deny that the girl is putting out what she puts out for her. And I think
Absolutely.
that's once again back to minding your business
Mm,
so that when you get into other people's business, people will respect you. I think there's even a line of a beautiful thing when someone doesn't like you, but they respect you because of what
mhm,
you do. It exists. It's an unspoken, but I think that's what politicians need to understand is I do a lot of hosting at different events and I see a lot of things, but there's a rarity that I see these same people in the places that I go to do my community work.
mm, mm. Okay, okay, okay.
I said a lot right there.
Look, you said a lot right there.
Sure.
This is
So
why
that,
this is why I enjoy talking with you, K'bana. Before we end the politics talk. I want to ask, and I know it's probably too early, but have you ever thought like climbing up the political ladder with with this road now? You ever thought about saying,
Shit. They don't want me. They do not want me. I'll be like Jesus throwing chairs and people messing in the church. I'm like, ah! Because I feel like, if I can't be me, then I won't be me. And if I can't tell the truth, then I don't need to be in a place that there's a lie. And I'm not
Mm,
saying that politics is full of lies, but, just like the music industry, just like anything else, it is convoluted with so much that you have to be willing to have a different type of patience,
mhm,
a different
mhm,
tenacity, and push in that way. I think being an artist is the greatest politician that I could ever be because
mm,
art allows you to be still free. And also takes away judgment and fear out of people that feel that they are going to be judged. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely
I
right,
think
absolutely
that
right.
so I feel like if I did something like that, I'd be well in my age. Well to the point like I ain't got nothing else in
This
me.
man's about
Let's
to
go
come
on
off the
and
camera. He said, well, well.
you know what I'm saying? So, but it's hey. But I'm honored to be an artist that has
Mhm.
a voice.
I love it. I love it. Now I want to talk about the artist. I want to talk about the entertainer. I want to talk about everything you have going on because you've recently. So how's okay? Still performing. Still performing. Are you still performing with the fuzz band as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
fuzz band, we are, that's the great thing about the fuzz band. One day I pray that the fuzz band is like, not even pray. I think I'm about to make it happen. Because I came into the fuzz band as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
doing an open mic, and it
Right.
changed my life.
Mm,
And the
mm,
fuzz man, Dwayne Smith, and Paul Saunders, but Dwayne is now the captain right now of the whole shit. He, if it wasn't for him, I would not be introduced to the things that I saw, the places
wow.
that I've been, the artists that I opened up for. But the Fuzz Band is an iconic musical structure
Mm,
in
mm,
Virginia, especially the seven cities. And I want to do a gallery exhibit and
mm.
I want people to see. I mean, we've been in Rolling Stone, Black Enterprise. We have traveled the world for our soldiers and we have done so much and been a part of so much and introduced so much. And I really think like it's history time for a lot of
Mm.
the younger artists that are coming, and I would love to express that. So the Fuzz Man, we're at a great place because now it's like the superheroes, the super friends, you know what I'm saying? Or Chicago Bulls, like when
Justice League,
Michael Jordan
know.
was was out in his day. All of us are now doing different things and using our powers as individuals and still being able to come back to our unit to perform.
That's
And that
awesome.
has always been my biggest prayer that we would be able to be individuals and still be us. And we're doing it.
I love it. I love it. I love it, man. So okay, we hear great success with the fuzz band. Now I want to lean to a person by the name of Vivian Devereaux Valentine. Am I forgetting? Is another? Is it?
That's right. That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
I
That's
just
right.
wanted to
That's
make
right. That's
sure.
right. That's right.
I just wanted to make
That's
sure.
right.
I just wanted to make sure because I mentioned you are an entertainer and Vivian. Can you explain to the
Yes.
audience, K'bana, who Miss Vivian Devereaux Valentine is to our viewers
I
and
had to,
listeners?
I had to clack that one in for you. I had to fan that one into my little heated fan was already on the side. You know what I'm saying? I had to tie that in right quick. I had to clack y'all in. Clack, clack, clack. Tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors. Tin, tin, tins across the board. But no, Vivian Devereaux Valentine is doing so great. I just got finished doing another great show, Drag After Dark, which was sold out, complete success. I'll be doing brunches for the rest of the year, November 11. I'm doing movie musical brunch. So if you want to come out and see your favorite soundtrack from movies being done by drag queens at Zyda American Dream Theater, go there November 11th and December 30th. I'm going to be doing Glitz, Glam, and Glitter Renaissance brunch. So it's dedicated to
Okay.
Renaissance. So we're going to party the day before New Year's Eve because I have a gig at Tradition Brewery hosting as Don Cornelius' great grand drag daughter, Dominique Cornelius, for the Soul Train party. So, I mean, Vivian has allowed me to do something that I could not do as K'bana. It's a
Mm.
certain kind of creativity that is like beyond the walls, beyond the lines, and it's
Mm.
free and it's party and it's fun, it's artistic. But like I said before, it all happened because of unfortunately tragedy, losing someone to COVID that actually was a man of God, and he rests in peace, Pastor Michael Green.
Mm.
Amazing. But it showed me that life is short, and what you do with your life is really on you. It's not on anybody else. And so I made a decision either to jump out of a plane or do drag. Of course, I did drag, and it ends up freeing the sexuality part in me,
Mm.
in the sense of I realized I wasn't living that part of my life. I was living it more safe.
Mm.
Even though I've done so much, I was still very conscious of, okay, let me not do this and make sure I do this because I always want people to feel good. But I have to realize, well, I got to feel good too. I have to express myself as well. Just like an athlete or anybody else, they have to go play baseball or basketball, do some sports. I have an activity that allows that energy to exude out of me. And funny enough, you know, agree or disagree, let me get close to the camera for y'all people. You may want to do something in life, but how it's set up, it'll be the very thing that you're not expecting to do or don't
Mm.
want to do will open the door for you to do what you want to do.
Mm. Mm.
This is not
See,
something that I wanted to do. It's not something that I planned
wow,
to do. It was just
wow.
it just happened. And now, because of it, now people are knocking on my door more about what I love to do, which is singing and my passion and when your album is and the acting and all this other stuff is coming.
Mm.
And God revealed to me, but it's about to get to me, but because I feel like for a long time I was a black sheep. I've dealt
Mm.
with suicide, all kinds of stuff, because of the glasses and the dark skin and all this kind of stuff, and not appreciating that. But he was like, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, it is hard for people, getting close, to be happy for you.
Mm. Mm.
It's hard for people to be happy for you when they're not happy for themselves.
Mm. 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 That's
But
deep.
when
That's
people
powerful.
see you go beyond your happiness, because there is a beyond happiness,
Mhm. Mhm.
and beyond happiness is when you're doing things that make you uncomfortable. So when you go beyond happiness, you're doing things that make you uncomfortable, and when things make you uncomfortable, then people start to come back and remind you of your happiness, and then give you compliments.
Mm.
You have to be very careful of what you call a friend. And I wasn't even intending to say all this, but I'm in a very transparent space because I refuse to be around any drama. I don't want trauma.
What?
I want peace of mind. And don't come to me if you don't want the truth.
Mm.
That's my perspective. Not the truth as it is the truth. But don't ask me for my truth because you'll get it.
Brother, isn't drama just such a waste of time? Like I'm with you on that one. I don't even
Yes!
like when I even
My
sense an
God, today.
argument coming. I'm like, look, I don't even want to waste the oxygen. I mean, it's I always do my part, and I mean, I still. It's only been a year for my wife and I, but we're a young couple. We continue to always grow. But even when we feel an argument coming, I
Congratulations.
do my best. Appreciate it. Even when if I feel an argument about to come, I will do my best to be like, well, hold on, babe, because I don't want to extend. Because it's just I always say tomorrow's never promised for any of us. Why would you want to always waste, time of your life arguing? Why did Jamie Foxx say arguing? Like, why waste your time arguing? It's so sad because I feel as though there's so much frustration in America. I mean, how many times do you see a road rage incident happen, or how many times you see people start a fight off of picking some fruit from the produce section? I mean, it's weird, it's crazy as it sounds, stuff like that happens. And if people can just always just be kind to one another. It's just a simple head nod. How you doing? How's your day going? I mean, I'm all about people. I love people. I'm a people person. I have to, give you your flowers, K'bana, because my wife and I, we experienced our first drag show event, going to your event at the Z Theater. And when I tell the audience, y'all, it was dope. Production wise was amazing. The entertainers were amazing. Shout out to also my bro Ciroc Fox, because he hosts your most recent event too.
It was.
Did he do his thing? Because I
He
don't like
did. He did his
Ciroc like
thing.
that. I don't like
Well,
Ciroc
first of
like
all,
that.
he did his thing, and then he did the comedian thing too. I had to pull that joke off the stage. I was like, you about to do a whole comedy show? What's happening? But it was
His kick
so
look kick
amazing.
is
He
there
was
off
so
the
funny.
stage.
Yeah, he was so funny. He was so good. And to be honest, first of all, congratulations. And it's kind of interesting. Like one of my favorite couples is actually my band leader, Dwayne and Nakia, and I called them my Beyonce and Jay Z. And because I remember we were traveling, going to New York, and mind you, they've been together. They're celebrating 12 years,
Wow,
actually
congratulations.
today. And mind you, then I think it would be 8 years or whatever. But they're in the car, right? And they're talking, right? But this is going on for 45 minutes as if they like it's the first time they met.
Mm,
And that taught me something about, I'm single right now, but when I get in relationships and about relationships, you got to be with someone that you enjoy talking to.
mm-hmm,
Because at the end of the day, after and I'll say for marriage to be safe,
mm.
because we want to be safe, but everybody be doing their business. At the end of the day, movies, going on trips, your love making, all of that stuff, it will fade away.
Mm,
And all you
mm.
will have is a conversation.
That's right. That's right.
And if you're
Woo.
not talking and you're not enjoying the conversation, then it's really doomed from the beginning. And it just, and just not to bring drama. That is why, you won't get in trouble, but I ain't get in trouble, whatever. That is why I actually like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. I like them because unfortunately they are showing us the price that is being paid with all these couples that's in the celebrity realm that are getting divorces.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they're still together is only one good reason. They're talking. They're talking. And as long as they're talking, it really don't matter what we're saying or how we feel. It
Mm-hmm.
really matters what they feel. And I think in marriage, we can always disagree with people's stuff, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to figure
Sort
it
it out.
out.
That's
And
right.
I
That's
and I
right.
think it's for the black community, we don't get to see black celebrities live real lives because
Mm-hmm.
black celebrities have to be perfect. Black
Mm.
women have to be perfect in this industry. When you to get a part, they have to do 3,000 times the work to get it.
That's
They
right.
have to look so this and so that. Where there's a lot of pressure that's placed on a lot of the black celebrities, and there's no room for error because when
Mm-hmm.
you mess up, that's it for your career. So I
Mm-hmm.
can understand not saying anything and not doing anything because a lot of us we do that. But that is showing me, no, don't do that.
Mm. Mm.
Live your truth. You don't have to live out loud. It's your business. But if you live out loud, live your truth so that no one can come to you and say anything but what you said already before. And so I think that's bringing it right back.
It's
I think I'm living my best life right now because I'm finally living in my truth, you
mm.
know?
Well, K'bana, since you single, are you looking for some? I mean, I know you got a busy schedule. Look, the wife and I, we can help. We can look. We good matchmakers now. We helped out some friends now. I'm just saying. I mean,
Okay, so
well,
let me
any types that we need. I mean, we on the show now. I done put it out there, like, hey, any
Oh
types of.
yeah, right. Okay, so this is the thing. You real privileged. You getting you're a good interviewer. Yes, you are. But no,
I try. I try.
for real, I am looking, but not looking anymore. Meaning, like,
Okay.
I definitely want to be in a relationship,
Mm,
but the man that I am in a relationship with has to be a strong man because I am a big personality. And I realized that a lot of times, there's an intimidation. And and I'm about to pour the tea and get hot. So for everybody that's about to listen, God bless you. Just but I think this is the part. This is the part right here. What I mean by the pressure of in our community as Black women, Black men, that we are not allowed to say things without judgment. It is only when you don't care, but you care enough to share, but not care enough to be hurt by people's opinions. So for me, I'm a submissive person in the relationship. So I'm looking for a dominant, strong, educated, friendly, loving,
Mm.
publicly man.
Okay, can you say it one more
Preferably
time?
Black.
I'm gonna write it down so I can
No,
talk
no,
with the
no.
wife.
Preferably Black, but I realize love, you can't put a box on what the color is, what the culture
Yes.
is. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
these are more spirit things, energy
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
But I need someone that is stronger than me to
Mm-hmm.
handle me. And when I say that, meaning like, because I am a boss and I do boss things,
Mm-hmm.
there is a shoulder that I need. There is
Mm-hmm.
a hug that I need. There is a word that I need. There is a reminder that I need. There is a prayer that I need. There is a truth that I need. There is a spoil that I need, and vice versa. And this goes for straight couples too. We all need companionship, but it needs to be healthy. And when
Mm-hmm.
I realized that, I said I can stay single until God opens it for me.
Mm.
So this is the thing. I write a manifestation list. And one of the things that I believe is I told God, I feel like it's coming.
Mm.
And I feel like it's now. And for you, as a strong, healthy, straight Black male, to do what you're doing now, not only do I commend you, but you're just confirming that it is going to happen.
Mm.
Everyone deserves love. No one deserves to be left out of the experience of being
Absolutely right.
loved by a person in a relationship that is real and authentic.
Mm.
And that is just the way it should be. Not the way people want it to be, but the way it should be. But we do also have to respect. I respect people that don't understand it, don't get with it, as
Mm-hmm.
long as you stay in your parking lot. I'll
Mm-hmm.
stay in mine.
Mm.
Our cars may pass each other, beep
Mm.
beep, but long as you don't open your door and step into my parking lot with buffoonery and coonery, then we good. Because I'm still hood. And I won't have that. And that, I think that is the problem, is there's a certain level of maturity that I would love the world to be on. We are killing our earth
Mm.
because of immaturity. We don't want to take the time to realize that if we're here, like physically here, white, Black, Japanese, Puerto Rican, gay, straight, then we're meant to be here.
Mm.
So
Mm.
instead of trying to extinguish something that's supposed to be here, work with what's supposed to be here, build what was supposed to be here, and find these different bridges.
Mm.
We're not dinosaurs at all. So I feel like that is, so I would love to have love, and I'm gonna get love. I even said in 2024 at the top of the year, I feel like God will send him. And I told myself, and this is
Proclaim
crazy.
it. Proclaim
This
it.
is this is the most cornball thing I'm gonna say on this show. But my favorite movie is Mahogany. It's one of my favorites. And
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Billy D. Williams says, success is nothing unless you have someone to share it with.
Mm.
And I feel like someone's coming. He's coming and he's going to introduce himself as the gentleman that he should be.
Mm. Mm. Man,
And there you
look,
go, man.
what a way to close, to come to a close with this awesome conversation. Before we let you go, K'bana, which y'all K'bana, now we're gonna talk a little bit after this show, but K'bana, the events that you have going on, how can people continue to follow, support you? What, please give us everything. Give us everything.
I will say this: Instagram, K'bana Blaq, KBANABLAQ, and one of the important things: these three letters, AMA, art, music, and awareness. I have a business partnership with my brother, Low Scar Creations, and we're putting another gala on, and it's recognizing mental health awareness and art and music coming together as one. We're super excited. It's going to be a traveling exhibit and it's going to be amazing. I definitely want you a part of the Arrington. I think it'll be amazing. So we're taking art plus music and mental health awareness, and we're bringing back it to the community because we believe that it's therapy. So stay tuned. Make sure you go follow Lone Star Creations, which is LOSCAR underscore creations, CREATIONS. And you can follow me for AMA, art, music, and awareness. Anything else? Just follow the journey because I'm
Mm,
always going to have something in my
I love it. I love it. And
bag.
and in November, look, once you start me laughing, I can't stop. Don't get me started. November 3rd, you have 15. Don't get me lying. 15.
November 3rd, I have 15 voices.
Yes.
Oh, Snaggle Rocks. And October 31st, Vivian Valentine is one of the headliners at the Norma.
Oh, did you say the Nova? One of
The Norva,
the most
the
one of the
house
most
of Kitty
historic.
Couture, the
Oh,
house of Kitty Couture, because that's my made up house. It's called the House of Kitty Couture, where everyone is included, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. It will be doing a performance, I know, 15 minutes performance at the Norva. Like, can you
wow,
imagine? I'll be
wow,
celebrating my 2 year anniversary, October 27th, doing drag, and
wow.
my birthday is on Halloween, and what a way to do it.
Wow, wow. Well, look, we are again, Cabana. I'm so just proud, excited for all the success, more success you have coming because I know it's happening, man. And again, I just thank you for the friendship because I will tell you this, and I'll tell the audience this when we had Cabana on another podcast that I do, and our goal was to bridge the gap and help inform Black straight men, bridge the gap between the LGBTQI, the alphabet community. No, the alphabet community and African American men, straight men, because at the end of the day, hey, we're all family, we're all brothers and sisters, right? So I feel as though that we definitely needed to have that conversation, and we did. We were very informed. And it was such a great conversation, and I just thank him because I'm always gonna say I'm a student. I'm a student in everything. I don't know anything. I don't know anything in life, and I'm always gonna be a student because I'm here to learn. So I just want to thank you again. Thank you for the taking out the time out your busy schedule, talking with your boy here on
I
the
thank
pod.
you. You're
Look,
amazing. Like, I think you and your wife, you're doing a great job. You're being what a black leader, male, straight should be.
mm,
You are your own beliefs, but you're evolved. And even the things that you may not understand, you're willing to have the conversation and to agree to disagree is the blessing. We don't have to be on the same page to live in the same book.
mm,
Hello.
mm, mm. I love it. I love it. Well, look, Cabana, don't go anywhere, but y'all, we got to thank Cabana for being here on the show. I'm going to talk with my friend after this show. But once again, y'all, all right, let me get him off. Let me get him off. We doing too much. Look, y'all, I really hope y'all enjoyed that awesome conversation I had with K'bana Blaq, entertainer, community advocate, okay? Community advocate, and also newly appointed commissioner of fine arts for the city of Newport News. So please continue to support him. Support. He's doing so much great stuff, and I hope y'all continue to support this platform. Support the Arrington Gavin podcast. Again, new episodes dropping every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Also, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube. Our YouTube channel is the letter R, and then the word smooth, and then Club Media. Subscribe, like, comment. Follow me on my socials as well, and also not be on the lookout. Tune into my weekly radio show in your city, hosted by myself along with my good friends comedian Ciroc Fox and hustle queen Michelle Young. You can tune into our show every Sundays at 12 p.m. WNSB Hot 91.1 FM. And look, no worries if you are not in the Hampton Roads area and you can't turn that radio dial and find us. There's two other ways you can listen in. You can go online to wnsb.org, listen live there, or you can also download the WNSB app. It is free. So without further ado, in that case, I'm gonna drink some tea because my voice is going crazy right now. But I will see y'all next time on another great show, another great episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. I'm out.